Roller coasters have been thrilling people for over 200 years, and with coasters becoming more and more popular, here is what I think the future holds for these thrill machines, including one roller coaster concept that takes the extreme to an all-new level and another that could break the height record. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. My name is Brandon. Welcome to my channel, Theme Park Predictions and more. I'm glad you're here. Now let's get into this. What started off as something fun in the winter, Russian thrill seekers would take sleds and slide them down large ramps. But this actually started the roller coaster movement over 200 years ago. And then in 1817, the world's first roller coaster was built in Paris, France. And basically, it was a cart on tracks at the top of a slow inclined ramp. And from carts being pushed down wooden ramps, it's amazing to see the progression of the roller coaster in modern times. And it's really wild that we are now able to ride insane roller coaster types like wing coasters, 4D coasters, multi-launch coasters, and extreme spinners. Now talk about being lucky, but the big question is, where will the roller coaster engineers take the designs next? Heading down to Orlando, Florida to take a look at what I think is a very clear indication of what the future of roller coasters could look like. Velocicoaster, an Intamin LSM coaster, has opened to rave reviews, and for everyone who rides it, it's almost a guarantee that it's in their top 5. That is how good this coaster really is. And a huge shout out goes to Intamin for really upping their game when it came to this roller coaster. From the wild looking top hat to the Mosasaurus roll, the layout for Velocicoaster really is a thing of beauty. With that, I predict that the future of roller coasters has shifted after how successful Velocicoaster is. Now it's obvious that most parks can't afford anything remotely like Velocicoaster, but remember, size does not always matter. A great example of this is Iron Gwazi. RMC has taught parks and us that it doesn't have to be the longest to be the best. Busch Gardens Tampa could have easily made Iron Gwazi over 5,000 feet long. Instead, with a track length of just over 4,000 feet, they decided to really focus on perfecting each element that Gwazi offers. And I think that this will become a standard going forward across all roller coasters. After all, why pay more for a longer roller coaster when you can create a better one that isn't as long or even as tall in some cases? We have seen how Intamin and RMC have changed the roller coaster game, but other manufacturers are getting really creative as well. So it's very exciting to see what happens next, but I feel like a roller coaster that focuses on perfection over more elements is the key going forward. With new ideas and updated technology, the future of roller coasters also depends on something that has nothing to do with the actual ride layout. Which leads me to this. I predict that over the next 10 years, we will see more and more parks find ways to require less staff members per attraction. Over the last few years, staffing has been a huge issue, and most roller coasters offer a minimal of 3 to 4 people to operate. But when you add in the extra positions and help, then that number grows fast. So I think we will see parks rely more on technology over ride associates. I mean, after all, we trust the computers in our car, airplanes, and at home. So I think it's time for parks to start allowing visual scans and have one operator on the platform. Now this would obviously only work if the roller coaster featured the technology that would allow this to work, but I do think it's doable. I also think we will start to see some adjustments with how roller coaster stations are laid out going forward. This would really help with throughput and help the ride ops do a better overall job. I think the key to the future of roller coasters really boils down to this. Make a product that is affordable, memorable, and yet thrilling for the park guest. I really can't talk about the future of roller coasters and not bring up the T-Rex model that has been rumored for years now coming from RMC. Now real quick, if you are enjoying this video, it would mean the world to me if you gave it a like. Every like really helps the channel and the performance of the video. Now with the RMC T-Rex, is the hype really real for this model? And honestly, I really do think so. And in my opinion, the faster RMC can improve their reliability on their single roller coasters, which is essentially a mini version of a T-Rex, then the sooner we will see the first RMC T-Rex. I just feel like this concept was designed to offer more coaster for less money, making this very attractive for a lot of parks. I've said it before and I'll say it again, and that is, I do predict that we will see the world's first RMC T-Rex get announced very soon, most likely by 2025. Another intriguing coaster model that is currently on the market is the S&S Axis Coaster, and we know that the first one will be opening in Europe in the next few years. But will the Axis Coaster model really blow up? And personally, I think it has a great shot at doing so. My only fear is the reliability due to all the different motions that the train does while traveling through the layout. I could honestly see the Axis Coaster going down the same path as the 4D coasters like Enginica and X2. And going back to when X was announced, Magic Mountain's new Aero Coaster was a huge deal, and I think we all expected there to be more of these models around, but sadly that was never the case. Now I hope I'm wrong, because the S&S Axis Coaster does look amazing. I just think there's a lot that could go wrong here. While not the first company to offer a vertical launch, Intamin just announced that they are offering their version with two beautiful looking layouts. What I love about these is that the park could still offer a launch roller coaster, but this time you launch towards the sky. Intamin could do so much with this design, including potentially building the world's tallest roller coaster. Just imagine launching up a tower that stands over 525 feet tall, breaking the rumored height record from Falcon's flight. Now, for parks that do not offer enough room for a lift hill or launch of that magnitude, could really be intrigued by this concept. I really feel like the sky's the limit with these designs. Corny, I know, but it really is the truth. And of course, a park with a very healthy budget helps too. But what if the craziest roller coaster design is on its way sooner than we think? And what if there was a coaster that would make X2 look like a family ride? Introducing the 5D roller coaster. Now this coaster offers a train like your typical wing coaster does, but these trains do so much more. Each car offers 4 riders per side, and each side offers an off axis to the track, meaning that the 2 rows on each side of the train will flip upside down in other directions together throughout the coaster's layout. This ride experience will offer more flips and twisted visuals than X2 ever could. While the cars will not be freely spinning, the movements of the coaster take the 4D coaster to an all-new level. The footage that you see here is from one of the best coaster creators in the field, and that would be Intamin Coasters. And they have made multiple layouts for the world's first 5D roller coaster that you have to check out. And you can find the POVs to all these on their channel, and the link for that will be in this video's description. With the 5D coaster, parks will now offer riders an experience that they never had or felt before, and when you add in some theming, some launches, and trees around this roller coaster, it makes for an unreal ride experience. I've been riding roller coasters since 1986, and I have watched these coasters grow over the decades, and I for one am extremely excited about the future of these machines. What are your predictions for the future of roller coasters? Also, do you think we'll ever see a 5D roller coaster built like Intamin Footers designed? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.